Today's episode, we're going to have a look at two of the main components of the car that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but the trip has just been the final deciding factor for me to get them done, along with a lot of other things. And I'm talking about mainly tyres and suspension. So in this episode, I'm going to run over the tyres that I'm using, the size, where I got them from and how much they were. I'm also going to run through the lift kit and suspension upgrade that I have done to the Ranger. Again, what I got, where I got it from and how much that was. So grab yourself a nice cold drink, strap yourself in, and let's get cracking on today's episode. Got a love new shoe day down at Tyre at the moment in Kelmscott. 4 new shoes on the girl, 4 bits of rubber. One job down, suspension on Thursday, and then she is more or less ready to go for the big trip at the end of the year. We're going to put some Ks on them. Let's see how quiet they are. So I'm running the Toyo Open Country AT3s, and the specific size that I'm running here is an LT, so a light truck, 265/75 R16. Sitting on obviously the factory 16-inch rim. I've got my iCheck TPMS monitor sitting here on number 4 because that's this tyre. These are the tyres that I were running previously. They have been faultless for me. They've been absolutely fantastic. I've loved every minute of driving with them except when the original ones, they scalloped out a little bit. So this is my second set of these. I got about 4 years out of the first one, and I recently replaced them because they were starting to make a bit of noise in the car. They'd done about, I can't remember how many Ks I got off them. So yeah, these were starting to make a bit of road noise when I was inside the vehicle, and it was just, I did not want that for our big trip with 10,000 Ks to rack up on them, plus also being a safety thing. The fact they're 4 years old, I was on the edge on whether or not I should replace them before we leave or run the risk. So safety Shane, I've decided, no, bugger it, I'll just get some new tyres and we'll put that whole thing at ease by not needing to worry about tyres again. So these were $310 per tyre at my local Tyre Power down in Kelmscott, WA. So the whole lot fitted, balanced and aligned, I think was $12.40 off memory. So I got these ones done down at my local place. Now, one thing that is worth noting is the manufacture date or the build date of the tyre when you get them. So sometimes, and I think particularly in COVID times, there were tyres that were being stored and not being used. So their build time to when you got them could have been quite a bit, like in terms of 12 months, 18 months difference from build versus sell. So it is worth noting that when you're looking at tyres, especially because around the 5-year mark, I think, is where you should start to rotate them through, just for safety if you're driving it a lot, or the compound starts to harden. That's how you get hard tyres, and it becomes a bit dangerous. So keep that in mind when you get them. The way to check when your tyres were manufactured is there is what's called a dot. So there's a DOT mark on the tyre here, and you're looking for the last 4 digits of it. So the first, digits 1 and 2, so 08 is the week of the year it was manufactured, and then the 24 in this case is the year. So this was this particular tyre was manufactured in the 8th week of 2024. So what's that, 4/8 Feb. So towards the end of February 2024 is when these were manufactured, which is perfect because it's now November, and I think I got these probably a month or so ago. So they're fairly new in terms of build versus sell, so they haven't been sitting around for 12 months getting hard without being used, all that kind of stuff. Just double check that DOT, the week and the year, make sure it's within kind of 6 months of when you're getting the tyres. If not, have a chat to your tyre rep and just say, guys, look, looks like these have been sitting around for a bit, they're not a new tyre, you know, you've got 12 months less time on them, yada yada yada. And you never know, they might give you a discount because you don't get the full longevity and life of the tyre itself before it starts to go hard and basically diminish its lifespan. So keep that in mind, and yeah, you can see there's quite a big gap here. I can actually fit my head in. I'll throw a quick video in here of me doing that. I can actually fit my head in between the tyre and the guard. So let's jump into suspension because that's what's caused this.
So springs and suspension. So the Ranger got a 2-inch lift done by Malaga Suspension, and we put Dobinson stuff through it from front to back. So we've got the front is the Dobinson monoshock tubes with the coil springs as well. It's rated for a bull bar on the front, so it's important to talk to your suspension dealer and tell them what accessories you've got on the car. They will walk you through that stuff as well. Stuff like your bull bar, winches, long range fuel tank, canopy, custom canopy, extra water, all that stuff. They'll run through the kind of weights you think you need. So we've got the front all sorted with just the bull bar on there. In the back I've got constant 350s in here, so 350 kilo constant springs in the back. And the main reason for that is the fridge lives in here. It's got the slide, it's got water, it's got roof racks, it's got a tow bar, all that stuff you need to factor in from obviously factory because it's very important to make sure your suspension is rated for how much your car is going to weigh. So that's important. The thing I hear you asking me next is how much did the suspension cost me? That's a great question. I hope you're sitting down because when I was quoting around for this, it was actually a lot more than I thought it would be, which was irritating, but it is what it is. Within 12 months, I think the price went up $600 to $800, which was a big shock to me when I was looking around this year for suspension. So with Malaga Suspension, I got the whole lot fitted, installed, fitted, installed, and a wheel alignment done. They didn't do tire balancing, but they did a wheel alignment for me. And that came to $3,416 without GST, or $3,758 with GST. Right, so as you can see, it's not a cheap exercise to go and do this. Hopefully you don't have to do it too often or more than once is the goal. But yeah, $3,758 to get the suspension done, including GST. And then you pair in the $1,240 for 4 new tires, and you're sitting at around $5,000 for tires and suspension for the car. So they're fairly average tires. They're nothing extreme. They're nothing special. It's just an average size tire sitting on a nice factory rim. And then you've got your 2-inch, again, nothing overkill, just a 2-inch lift front and back with constant weight. And that set me back about $5,000. So do your research before you go and commit to that. We all like to make sure we get best bang for buck for our money in that front. Unfortunately, I didn't have any discount codes. I didn't find any deals on that stuff. Obviously the tires, you know, you buy 3 get 1 free or whatever. They didn't apply to this size or this model because the Toyos, anyway. Do your research, shop around, call up multiple places, get them to quote and find the best value for money, guys, because there will be some deals out there. You just got to go find them. Now, the last thing I hear you guys telling me is, was it worth it? So, to put this on the Ranger, obviously it was $5 grand. Would I do it again any day of the week? Would I wait as long as I did to do it again? Hell no. So I waited 7, 8 years. This is 2015, it's 2024. So 8 or 9 years I waited for this to get done. I was always the lowest car in the convoy. I was always the grader on those beach tracks or those, paths going down to the beach and whatnot. So if I was to say, would I do this again? I would do it again, and I would do it near getting it if I knew how much weight I was going to put in it. All right, 100%. One of the best things I've done to this car is that suspension. You don't get as much body roll. It's just a hell of a lot more comfortable in the car now. Granted, I think the factory suspension had done its time and it was sagging. I think the guy said I got like 70 mil when they put the 2 inches in because the factory had actually sagged. So just bear that in mind. If you've got a car that's done, say, 3-4 years worth of driving, bear that in mind that your suspension will sag over time as well, especially if you're towing and doing tracks and stuff like that. So 100% worth doing. I would do it again any day of the week, and I would not wait 8 or 9 years to get it done in the car if I was going to keep it long term like I have with the PX2 Ranger here. Guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. I enjoyed going to get this done. It was a completely different car to drive when I got out from Malaga Suspension and drove it all the way home with the new tyres and with the new suspension. It was such a comfortable ride. No road noise, or near on no road noise compared to what I had before. And I'm absolutely stoked with how it's turned out. I'm gonna slip out now because I need to clean this car up in prep for our big trip coming up in a few weeks. I hope you guys like this one. I'll pop a playlist up here for the Gear Guide series so you can go and check out the rest of the things we've done to the Ranger in prep for this big trip we're going to Melbourne and back. I'll throw up a channel subscribe button here as well, so if you haven't already and done the needful, please click the like and subscribe up in the corner. If you've watched more than one of my videos, that's the agreement. Click that button, get it out there, and until next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video.
Hey guys, real quick. So we just got back from our trip in this on the weekend, right? So it's a bit smoky because of the campfire and whatever, but I wanted to show you the old girl behind me. Now, you might have known that this week just gone, we've done a little bit of work to her. She's got brand new tyres. She's a little bit taller. We've got suspension done. You'll see what else I just put on today, just now, and I'm stoked. I've just fitted these today. These are enormous. They're towing mirrors. They also extend. Right, so you can pull them out, so when you're towing, you don't have to put the extendable things on the end to see behind you.